Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be about National Suicide Awareness Month. Today is Monday, Labor Day, the beginning of National Suicide Prevention Week. I will have the number for the hotline and other national hotlines you can call for free if you feel the need to talk to anyone about any troubles or problems that you're having. This is going to be my story as far as mental health, as far as suicide prevention and suicide awareness, things that have gone on in my life. So let's get to the video. Okay, I got my coffee and my favorite mug, Kindness Matters. Just wanted to chat with you guys as far as my upbringing, as far as mental health. Growing up, we didn't have like therapy sessions or it was not common for somebody to go to therapy. I remember growing up, specifically one of my family members was dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and they just were struggling really bad with drug abuse and alcoholism and things like that. And growing up, the way that they dealt with their thoughts was to go to drugs and alcohol and things like that. You know, growing up, then I was around people that would go to the bars. Like, they didn't go to therapy. The thing for them was drinking. It wasn't like somebody would say, oh, it's Tuesday, I have a therapy appointment at 12 o'clock, and then they would go and they would, you know, talk to us about the therapy session. It was something happened, you know, they lost their job or whatever it may be. Oh, I need a drink. Oh, I need a shot. Oh, like they would just migrate to the bar. And I remember, you know, my mom would say, I'm going out. And I'm like, what is going out? Like, I just didn't know exactly what it was. Now that I'm older, of course, I know it's going out and drinking. And, you know, it's not like I'm bashing people that do that. If you feel like you have a healthy relationship with alcohol, then that's fine. But the people in my life, and myself included, the alcohol or whatever the habit or behavior was starting to control their life instead of them being in control. I'm 6 months sober today. Thank goodness. I'm so happy. I feel like growing up, you know, the liquor store was right on the corner. Like, therapy was more like for white people, and our therapy is like the liquor, the alcohol. That's just how it was growing up. And then as I got older and I was allowed to go to the bars and things like that, it was just like, in my mind, a bunch of lost people that were trying to cope with things that were going on in their life. But for me, I just didn't want to become like a statistic, or I just didn't want to mimic what I saw, because I saw the people that were doing these behaviors, they weren't happy, they were sad, they were depressed. If they did feel happy, it was a temporary feeling, because, you know, when you drink, you have, you know, you lose all your inhibitions and you just turn into a different person. I just feel like it's really important to get this out here, especially for the people of color, like in the brown and black community. We don't talk about this. We don't have like a circle of people and we all go around and tell our stories. Like, now I see the young people doing that, and it's so important and so vital to talk about your problems. There's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number. There's actually another type of national hotline number that you can talk, and all these things are free. Me, myself, I've done a lot of work on myself, my mental health, my spiritual health. As far as the thoughts in my mind, I would self-sabotage myself or have negative thoughts about other people's problems. I was always trying to fix people, or maybe if I do this, then they'll stop doing that. Maybe if this happens, then they'll stop doing that. Instead of me focusing on myself, I was focusing on other people and getting stressed out, extremely worried, extremely stressed and depressed. And I even felt like my life wasn't worth living, because I'm like, I'm not enough for the people in my life to stop doing these behaviors. Like, I remember I was like 13 or 14 and I got into an argument or a disagreement with someone, and I said, you wouldn't even care if I died. like I said those words when I was super young, that I felt that bad that I really thought like nobody would care if I wasn't here anymore. And thank goodness I shook myself from that grasp of the darkness, and I came out of that, and I grew as a person instead of staying down. There are people on this earth that feel so lonely and feel so alone that they feel like nobody understands them, nobody knows what they're going through, nobody wants to listen to them, or nobody cares about what they have to say. But people do care. You can call different numbers for free and talk with someone, or look into going to therapy. It's so stigmatized, like in the brown community they think like you're crazy or you're like mentally insane or something like that. Like that's not what it's, for me, that's not what I think about when I think about therapy. I think about you're talking to someone that's not directly in your circle or your family, so there's no type of prejudgment or anything like that. They're just like a blank slate, and they're there to listen to you and give you different type of coping mechanisms instead of things that will hurt you and harm you and hurt other people in your life, and just take you down a path that nobody should be feeling. That type of feeling of I shouldn't be here anymore. Like, no, that's just terrible. And I'm not an expert or anything like that. This is just my opinion or my views on things here, and other things that you can use here. You can do video chat, you can do like a typing chat. They're available all the time. I know BetterHelp app, and I think Talkspace you have to pay for, but like I said, even the telephone, if you don't feel comfortable with visually seeing someone and talking face to face, like over the virtual web or whatever, then you can call them on the phone and they can talk to you and calm you down. I used to be the type of person that if I was feeling something, then I would just try to hold it in. Instead of holding it in, I cry, I scream, and then I have to take, a couple deep breaths and just calm myself down. It's not like I'm trying to block the emotions. You can't block the emotions because they're going to come up. So the best thing to do is just to let them flow through you. You can cry, you can scream, you can dance, you can throw glass on the ground, just anything you can do to get those emotions out. Sometimes people that are feeling lonely and sad and depressed and all this, they hold the emotions in, and then they end up lashing out at people, terrible negative words towards people that really care about you, and you really don't mean it. And the people that have reacted that way in my life, I know when they're yelling at me, then they really don't mean it. They're just really hurt. They're hurting. They're really hurting. And I saw a phrase somewhere, and it's a phrase, and it says, hurt people hurt people. So if someone is hurting, they're not looking at the people that they're lashing out. They just want somebody else to feel the way that they're feeling, or that's just how they're venting, or how their coping mechanism is. Like, they feel misunderstood, they feel like people don't care, but people do care. It's so important not to hold the emotions in. You can paint different type of paintings to reflect your emotions, just any type of outlet, instead of the drinking and the self-destructive type of patterns. Another thing that I like to do is I write a lot. I'm not a poet or anything like that, a writer or anything like that, but I even write like on my time cards at work. Then I write like on the back of them different type of phrases or words. Y'all, look at that coffee stained paper. Positive words, positive affirmations, just positive things that really help me deal with whatever I'm feeling at the time. I want to paint, I want to get on my mat, I want to go into nature. Into that's really important, the past. A lot of people are living in the past. You can't control what happened. You cannot control things in the past. Something that happened yesterday, something that happened last week, something that happened 10 years ago. Become this, or I could have did this. Focus on what's happening now. You can still change. You can still become the person that is inside of you, that that light person, that happy person full of joy. It's extremely vital and essential to mental health. These things have helped me. Like I said, I'm not a professional person or anything. I'm just talking about things that have helped me. Another thing I like to do also is read. This is a book, and just the title alone, you know, Losing Myself Brought Me Here. Just different books that will fill your mind with hope and positivity, and people are going through the same things. You're not alone. You're not in this by yourself. So I guess that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this really resonates with you guys, and that you know that you're not alone. Don't forget about the hotline number, the different outlets, the different sources of help that are out there for free. And have a blessed day, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Oh, this isn't working. Bye.